train ride starting in Cama, New Mexico. This is the Cambries, Toltec, and Scenic Railroad. Now, what is unusual about this railroad, and one of the reasons why you take it, is an old antique train, but this is on a narrow gauge track. That means the track is only 3 feet wide against the standard 48 inches on the track. We spent the first 2 nights in the Chama RV park, very nice RV park, and the train runs through an edge of it. And we were within walking distance of the train station. So that's where we took off for early in the morning to take a full day train ride. Now this train ride is advertised as the longest antique train ride left in the United States, approximately 64 miles in length. It actually takes about 3 hours to go from station to station. Now, a couple of interesting things is that there is a train leaving from Antonio, New Mexico, in the opposite direction. So the two trains pass each other at the halfway point, one coming south, one going north. And they meet at a place where there is a buffet, a fabulous buffet. So the train only goes one direction and then turns around the following day and goes the other one. Oh, here we're going past the RV park that we stayed in for 2 nights. Very, very nice RV park. So like I say, the train ride is 3 hours in one direction, and then you take a bus back to Chama, and it only takes about an hour by bus to come back. But you cover some wild, beautiful countryside, some remote canyons, and I would say the first 3/4 of the trip were extremely scenic, but the last 1/4 of the trip is just plains, just normal, everyday, no trees, plain type plains. So that was kind of boring at the end. But the scenery you go through is just gorgeous. Now, if you've ever taken an antique train ride before, the best one I've ever been in is Durango to Silverton. The Durango to Silverton train ride goes through some wild canyons. It is not as long as this one is, but it is also a narrow gauge. By the way, in narrow gauge railroads, the cars rock a lot more than if you're on a standard railroad track. The standard railroad tracks are a little bit more stable. Several places where the train crossed over the highway, people would gather that were photographers taking pictures of this train going across the road. I got a kick out of this. Barbara dancing down the aisle. By the way, we had this car to ourselves. Most of the people were outside in one of the open air cars where they were getting all the cinders and the smoke blown on them. Actually, that's a view of the highway that we'll be taking the bus back on. And like I say, it takes about a 3 hour train ride, maybe a little longer than that, to get from one place to another. But going back is only about an hour on a big Greyhound bus. That's how the passengers get back and forth. Lots and lots of pretty flowers alongside the railroad tracks. Well, the train did have to stop and take on some water. This is an old steam engine still operating. Notice the sign with the elevation. This train is up above 10,000 feet just by 15 feet. The engine deliberately sprays this steam out there, and if the light is just right, there is a rainbow. I don't think I got any pictures of the rainbow, but it was there. Wow, we came across some real live cowboys herding a herd of cows. And they had a dog with them to help with the herding. It was really quite fascinating. Just good old fashioned cowboys and cows. We have now stopped at the halfway point and we're going to go in for a lovely buffet. It was really a good buffet. Now, the train coming from the other direction also met us there. They were a few minutes behind us. Aha, we did come to an honest goodness tunnel. There wasn't too many tunnels on this trip. Beautiful, deep canyons. It was quite a ride. Well, when the train was going up a grade, and the grades on a train are never more than 4%, usually prefers not up above 3, but this little engine had to really work hard. This is an old steam engine, and it is going up a grade. I wonder about the people that are sitting in an open car towards the rear of the train with all that smoke coming out in that tunnel.
the bell's ringing like crazy. I wonder if that's the warned animal. But he was tooting the horn. Oh yeah, there's cows. I see them. There they are. All right, look at that. That's why he was doing it. He was scaring off the cattle here. Looks like the guy is inspecting the wheels. We're not sure why, but he's going along and inspecting all the wheels.
Well, Miss Barbara got sleepy and tired, so she stretched out and took a nap. We had this entire car to ourselves. Well, we're coming into the station where we got off the train, got on the big buses, took about an hour ride back down a paved highway to get us back to Charma, and then we walked back to our RV park. It was a marvelous trip, a fun ride. As we were riding back to the town on the big Greyhound bus, we had to pull over to the side and slow down as they were herding a large herd of cattle down the middle of the street.